Hello, I'm John, and this is my audience. Once there were brook trout in the streams in the mountains. You could see them standing in the amber current, where the white edges of their fins wimpled softly in the flow. They smelled of moss in your hand, polished and muscular and torsial. On their backs were vermiculite patterns that were maps of the world in its beginning. Maps and mazes of a thing which could not be put back, not be made right again. In the deep glens where they lived, all things were older than man, and they hummed of mystery. That was from the last paragraph of Cormac McCarthy's The Road. The Road is a post-apocalyptic book following a father-son surviving mankind at its worst. Just to be clear, I'm not giving a speech on the road or post-apocalyptic scenarios, weapons, bomb shelters, nothing like that. I've read that above introduction more than any other written word. I used to have that paragraph hanging up in my office. From time to time I would read it. Every time I read it, it would make me pause and think. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's not just the elegance of the words. It's the insane depth of information and feeling in one paragraph. It hits me hard. The mountains, the trout, the smell of moss. I've been to that place. I've been there. To imagine it all gone and to never come back again truly hurts me. A little something about myself. I love to fish, hike, climb, forage, be in the wilderness, tying that perfect fly, walking through the wilderness for hours straight, only hearing birds and the wind to keep me company. We still have the ability to enjoy Mother Nature at its best, but it's changing and will continue to change. The following information, it's not a political statement. I don't have all the answers. I just know that it's important to contemplate what's going on so that we don't go on a path that we can't come back from. Between 1960 and the 1950s, the Columbia River went from a river that produced millions of fish. Now, we're in heavy declines and have been for a long time. Over 80% of the fish that are currently in the Columbia River are all hatchery fish. You could point to multiple culprits: dams, overfishing, flooding, irrigation, logging, climate change, pollution. Even wildfires are at an all-time high due to the droughts. There are right now currently over 50,000 invasive species that are killing and affecting the ecosystem. One species in particular, pike minnow, is a fish that I'm very familiar with. Recently fishing in Lake Ozette with my mother, we were there for perch and cutthroat trout. Over and over again, we caught these pike minnow. There's a bounty for these fish. They're overpopulated and they're killing juvenile salmon at high rates. Now they've also been here just as long as the salmon. So why is it that they're killing all the salmon? It's due to the fact that the Columbia River and other rivers that have been dammed have created these pockets. Salmon love fast-moving water. And because of these pockets, they're able to lay in wait and kill the juvenile salmon. For the record again, I don't think we're going to a permanent gray sky. We're not going to turn into cannibals. But the development and expansion of humankind has affected and will continue to have an impact on the wilderness. All I ask again is to think about one's actions so that we may protect the wilderness. I want to end this speech with a quote from Gandhi. I think the quote really sums up what I felt every time I've read that introductory paragraph, and I hope you have the same feeling. What we're doing to the forests of the world is but a mere reflection of what we are doing to ourselves and to one another. Thank you. Audience.